Dipti, starting off with the latest from Hong Kong today, that deadly fire in that high-rise residential estate, Dipti.
Well, Stuart, dozens have been killed. Hundreds of people are still missing in Hong Kong's worst fire in recent times. The flames engulfing 7 of the 8 towers in an estate in Tai Po. The images are quite spectacular, as you see from the Hong Kong press. This is the Hong Kong version of China Daily here. You see a picture of those flames overnight, and the paper also headlining on President here. They're headlining on President Xi Jinping's calls for full support of fire rescue efforts in Tai Po, as well as full assistance for local authorities in trying to stop the blaze, and then in a second stage find out what exactly happened. Like the China Daily, the South China Morning Post, the masthead of the South China Morning Post is also in black today, presumably to sort of reflect their thoughts and prayers with the victims of this fire. The Daily also focusing on the speculation behind what caused this fire. That will be the big question going forward. And in this article here, they mention poor fire retardants, alleged workers smoking as potential causes of this fire. Indeed, there were extensive renovations being carried out on these buildings at the moment of the fire. There is speculation that maybe a stray cigarette might have caused it, but it's all speculation for now.
Yeah, well, Dipti's also found a piece, this is in New York Times, in fact, which compares that fire to the Grenfell Tower fire in London in 2017.
Yeah, it looks at, it's an interesting article that looks at the similarities that the Hong Kong fire shared with the one of Grenfell Tower in London. Now, the Grenfell Tower fire in 2017 killed 72 people. It was also the focus of multiple investigations, notably due to the flammable exterior cladding on the building, which actually helped spread the flames. For this article, the Times interviewed a man called Jonathan Barnett. He's the managing director of a fire engineering firm. And he explains that the Hong Kong towers were cloaked in bamboo scaffolding during renovations, because bamboo is a lightweight material, easy to transport in a place like Hong Kong, but also highly flammable. Once again, he speculates that this could have perhaps played the same role as the cladding in the Grenfell Tower fires. The other big challenge for rescue efforts is, because of these high-rises like Grenfell, getting water to the higher levels of the tower are very challenging, which means firefighters have to fight it from the inside of the tower, which of course come at great risk to their lives.
Shocking story for you now from India. This is the acquittal of a man found guilty of heinous rapes and murders of multiple women and children, sparking outrage in the country.
Absolutely. It's gotten a lot of attention here from this Indian weekly newspaper called India Today, what they call shameful conviction rates. Now, Surinder Kohli walked free earlier this month after 2 decades in prison for the Nithari killings in 2006. Now, the grisly skeletal remains of women and children were found in a drain in Noida in Uttar Pradesh. There was evidence of possible necrophilia and dismemberment. Kohli and his employer, Mohinder Singh Pandar, were sentenced to death, but they ended up serving life sentences. Now, Pandar was freed 2 years ago, and now, after claiming to be the victim of botched investigations, Kohli also walked free this month. Now, the magazine here, as you see, call it shameful conviction rates. Acquittals in sensational cases highlight a criminal justice system that is buckling under structural failures. And indeed, in its coverage today, India Today is looking at not just this case, but a whole series of cases that it says expose systemic faults. Notably, earlier this year, 12 men who had previously been convicted of their role in the 2006 Mumbai train blasts were also allowed to walk free. So the magazine really saying that the real perpetrators of crimes remain unidentified, not because they evade the law, but because the system failed to catch them. And then you have also they also look at the fact that often one of the biggest culprits in this situation is that investigations are compromised from the beginning itself. Forensic evidence is, quote, routinely trampled, contaminated, or ignored in crime scenes.
Finally from Dipti, this is a film series I don't really know, to be honest, but the Hollywood franchise Rush Hour could get a new film. It's thanks to Donald Trump.
Yeah, well, it's been 18 years since last Rush Hour. The third film came out. Stuart, the buddy cop franchise, stars Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. It was a global hit, particularly in China, but a fourth film has been stalled since the director Brett Ratner's career collapsed in 2017 due to sexual misconduct allegations. This is what Rolling Stone tells us. Now, I quote, "Under a Trump administration, no one is truly ever cancelled." So in that spirit, Ratner appears to have bought his good graces with Donald Trump because he's produced an upcoming feature documentary about Melania Trump. In turn, Donald Trump appeared to have pressured Paramount Studios into producing Rush Hour 4, and now the film has been greenlit. It is what Rolling Stone calls one of the strangest imaginable uses of presidential power. Indeed, I guess you could say that. But let's end on something a little bit more out of worldly. So there's a gorgeous picture of a planetary nebula captured by the Gemini South telescope in Chile. Actually, planetary nebulas aren't planets at all. They're glowing shells of gas emitted by dying stars. And usually they are circular in shape, but as you can see there, it looks quite like a butterfly.
Absolutely beautiful. Born of a caterpillar as well, I'm sure. Gorgeous. Thank you very much, Tika Laurent, there with the papers for us on France 24.